On his first day of school, the teacher asked Patrick Abraham to write down what he wanted to be when he grew up, just like the other kids in the class. Many children wrote down silly answers like lawyer or doctor, but Abraham wrote down soccer player. The teacher approached him and asked in front of the entire class, "Patrick, do you really think that out of 300 children, you will be the one to succeed as a soccer player?" The French boy confidently answered yes, only to be met with laughter and mocking from the entire class. For several years, it seemed that the teacher was right. Abraham played at a reasonable level but never received a professional contract. That changed when he and his friends participated in a local tournament, where one of the people present was impressed by the young Abraham, and invited him to try out in Turin. Abraham knew nothing about this person, except that he managed a restaurant in Paris. He hesitated but eventually decided to trust him and said yes. The guy promised to contact him the next day, but Abraham went home with the belief that he would never hear from him again. The next day, the guy called, and the two of them flew to Italy. Abraham underwent the examination but unfortunately did not receive a contract from the team. However, among the people present was a man who had been a manager in a third-league team in Sicily. He offered Abraham the opportunity to join his team, and Abraham agreed immediately. He returned to Paris, and had to fly alone to meet his new friends in a mountainous village in northern Italy, where they trained. Abraham didn't speak Italian and knew nothing about it. He set off on his journey with only a piece of paper in his pocket, containing his home phone number. He traveled by train to Milan, from where he was supposed to transfer to another train that would take him to the same village. At the station, he looked at the screen displaying the names of the stations, but couldn't find any that matched his ticket. Abraham was lost and didn't know what to do. Luckily, a stranger of Senegalese origin approached him and said, "Hey, what's up, brother? You look pretty lost." Abraham showed him his ticket, and the guy explained that the train had left an hour ago. The Frenchman showed him the paper with his mother's phone number, and they called her. When she found out that her son had missed the train and was with a stranger, she became anxious and wanted him to come back home. The Senegalese guy reassured her and said that he would take him on the correct train the next day. He took Abraham to his home, gave him food, drink, and a place to sleep on the floor with other strangers. At 6 in the morning, he woke him up, took him to the correct platform at the train station, and left him with a note stating the name of the station where he was supposed to get off. Every time the train stopped, Abraham would ask the other passengers, pointing to his note, "Is this it?" Finally, he remained alone on the train with 3 nuns whom he kept asking when he should get off. As they started to get annoyed, the train arrived at the station, and he got off. When he got off, he realized that the place was quiet, and he was all alone. There were no nuns, no the Senegalese guy, no phone, only Abraham and the 2 notes he had. He decided to wait at the station for someone to come and ask for help. Minutes passed, an hour passed, 3 hours passed, and 6 hours passed. In the end, he saw the approaching lights of a car. It was the club manager. Abraham thought he had missed the train, so he apologized and got in the car with him, heading to the team's hotel. There, the young Frenchman received measurements and training clothes. He looked at himself in the mirror and felt incredibly excited. He was the happiest kid in the world. He called his mother to share the news, and she started crying. On his first day in Sicily, his father and brother approached him and asked for a picture. Abraham thought he was already famous, only to realize that they wanted a picture because he was the first dark-skinned person they had ever encountered. His teammates were surprised to see him, as he was the only player with dark skin in the team. Later, he discovered that they were not racist towards him. They were simply ignorant on the subject. He experienced racism on the soccer field, but it only fueled his determination to play better. He joined Monza in the 2nd division, and later moved to Nice in the French league. Abraham, who played as a striker, was asked to play as a left-back, due to an injured starting defender. He didn't like it and scratched the coach's car with another key after arguing with him. There was a minor issue, but despite reluctantly fulfilling the role, he excelled at it, and his coach told him, "Do you know why you're so good at this position? Because you hate playing in it." After a season, the team was promoted to the top league, and Abraham was one of the standout players. He was acquired by the prestigious Monaco and, with his first paycheck, bought a house for his mother. Later, he would win the French Cup with the team, and reach the Champions League final before moving to Manchester United. In England, he made over 250 appearances, won 5 championships, and 8 cups, not including the Champions League, establishing himself as one of the world's best defenders. He earned over 80 caps for the national team, and went on to win 2 doubles, with Juventus. Above all, he fulfilled the dream he wrote down on his first day of school. Despite everyone laughing, he had the last laugh. Against all odds, with a little help from a Senegalese stranger, he achieved the unimaginable and succeeded as a footballer, surpassing millions of people worldwide.